go to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Word inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. For real, 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 for real. Really real, really real, really real, really real. For real, for real, for real, for real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just why I live, for real. For real, 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 for real. Really real, really real, really real, really real. For real, for real, for real, for real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Welcome back. Let's see what we got going on. Make sure all systems are go. Maybe, yeah, there we go. everything does look like it's working. Let's see what we have going on for today on the calendar. Today is going to be Tuesday here. Pretty clean, man. Even New York is pretty clean. A little bit consumer confidence, 4:30 durable. Nothing too big news events. Obviously, overnight we had a big news event. Mr. Trump moving mad, firing people, fired Cook, showing his power, right, to be able to fire someone. I'm not sure if she's fully fired just yet, but definitely does show some, you know, unstableness potentially in the Fed. I think the market's kind of hyping it up because he's like threatened firing, of course, Jerome Powell, which I don't think will happen, but he threatened firing him. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening for today. Gold is still in this range. We had this big move up here when we had that news release, and now we're trying to fade that a bit out. But it's interesting because we've actually led the daily to close bearish with a retest, and we've led the 4-hour to close bearish as well. So technically we do have a bearish bias, but here's the issue. We have the daily candle that gave the bearish bias has retested the daily support, plus we have 4-hour close above support, and we're rejecting off that support now, potentially twice. If we look at it here closely, we're rejecting twice. So, you know, with a 1-hour support here now formed, this current 1-hour might close bearish. So to be honest, you know, counter bias trades is not out of the question fully to continue some of this momentum. I don't like it. I don't like it, but it seems like it could be an option, especially if we start trading back into the 4-hour resistance. If not, I want to be on the sell side, of course. I want to be on the sell side, probably look for sells. Yeah, this is the tough thing. Where are we going to exactly look for sells to make sense? I wonder if we could just sell right back down to the previous 4-hour resistance. Let's put this P so I know what it is. I wonder if we can sell right back down to there. I kind of feel like we need a fake out for that. Let's see how the 1-hour candle closes, but you know, in the range here, sells are a little bit more difficult than trying to take, you know, outside the range or something below here. Maybe with a 5-minute change of structure would be beautiful. Yeah, I think that's what we would need, 5-minute change of structure. 30-minute would close bullish potentially then. So let's see how the candle closes, because we might end up closing above there, and then there's no point of even trying to think about all of that when the candle just ends up closing above. DAX fell off the cliff with that news as well. So we saw gold go up, DAX fell off the cliff. Actually, the stock market also had that move down like that. So it's kind of just following along here for DAX. We're trying to recover some of that. So I wonder if this session we can recover some of that. So starting off on daily time frame, daily closing bearish. Still, who remembers this daily support from last week? We are still nothing closing below that. Still. So that's no downside just yet. We have this one down here that we tapped, right? Did we tap it or we came short? Just about short. 4-hour time frame is bearish as well. Everything's looking a little bit counter bias at the moment. So I wonder if, because we have the same type of scenario, but this is actually given a close above the resistance. So it's pretty simple actually here on DAX, because let's just double check. 1-hour support is down here. So let's just imagine the 1-hour will close bullish. I do expect it to, so I'm going to mark this support here, even though it's not valid. It's not valid. We have already closed. We are not closed yet, but I can assume in 4 minutes we will close. So we're moving up in towards this zone here. 30-minute is trying to flip here. 5-minute has. So for me, I would look for sells below here. Since we are bearish biased, if we're going to continue the sells, I would imagine sells continue below here. So that's my selling plan, to look for close below here to continue down. Retest the 1-hour support first. Now the buys is interesting. The buys is interesting. We could look for above this range here that we haven't tapped yet, but it could be tapped. I do believe that this lines up with the 4-hour as well. 4 hours slightly higher, so we'll mark it on the 4-hour. So counter trend buys would be above there. Otherwise, we're looking for the sells. We're looking for the sells. We do have nice buy ranges and nice sell ranges. The problem is it's mostly counter bias. What excuse can we make? Have we retested any 4 hours? Yeah, we closed above this 4-hour support, rejection wicks. Current candle, no bottom wick. Threat, yes. Game over, no, but it is a threat. Let's check on broker. Yeah, no bottom wick on broker as well. So that is definitely something interesting. Your mic is off. I don't think my mic is off, brother. I don't think my mic is off. So I think that would be the plan overall, would be to look for sells for something below here or buys above. Gold we are rejecting here. So let's see how gold ends up forming actually. I have a question. Do chart pattern works? I mean, head and shoulders, double top. Not really without anything else, right? You can't just take a head and shoulders and double top without having any other analysis. Remember, it's just a form of price action. What is a head and shoulders? Showing you that price tried to make a higher high, but then transitioned. You see? That's a transition. We have equal lows, but we're making from high to lower high. So if we break it, potentially there could be the lower low, right? So it's giving you a heads up. Double top means what? Double top only means, or double bottom, means that price rejected once and rejected again. So it's giving you confirmation of double rejection. You see? So it's just more, if you understand the big picture, it can add like, okay, yeah, just read what price is telling you. So it's not necessarily, okay, just because there's a head and shoulders, just because there's a double top, double bottom means it's going to be the best trade, you know? But yeah, that's the analysis for today. Let's see what ends up happening. Hopefully we can start to leave these ranges. Something good would be appreciated here, and then we take it from there. So yeah, appreciate you guys all showing up to stream. Leave a like on the stream, you know the drill. 200 of us in here. Get the likes up to 100, I would appreciate it. And yeah, let's get this day started. Gold wants to explode up? Maybe, we don't know yet. We are rejecting at this resistance again. 1 hour will close bearish here. But this is more like a setup 3 bearish candle close if we look at it, right? You guys can see that. More like a setup 3. So honestly, if you remove drawings, gold is in 1 hour setup 3. So I wouldn't mind a 15-minute candle closing above there. This range is a bit tight for sells. 14 pips for 27. Compared to buys here, if price was to close above, we'd have like 25 pip stop loss. And target would be 50 pip. Wow, that's a lot better. I mean, first target would be 80. 80 key level, but we'd use that as a break even. Let's see this chart from Luxy. Sells below on USD JPY with bullish bias? No. You keep ignoring bias. Why do you ignore bias so much? There needs to be conviction. You know? Like, what's the conviction here to go counter bias? You have to write why to go counter bias. Like right now, you know, like every day I see you sending counter bias option. Just because a 1 hour closing bearish doesn't mean to go counter bias. Like daily is not at resistance. If anything, daily looks like it wants to flip. 4 hour time frame looks like it wants to flip. You know? Yeah, 1 hour is closed bearish, so you could see, but we're not even below the previous support. Like, it's super tough. I'm not bearish on like, I would be very careful. I would be looking at pullbacks for opportunities for buys. You need to be planning those pullbacks for buys. Right? Those pullbacks for buys. Anyways, let's see the 1 hour close here. So it ended up closing weaker bearish, so it's actually giving more bullish pressure here. Currently making a bottom wick, 30-minute close bullish, 15 close bearish. 5-minute has a bullish candle, so if we change structure, maybe there's some aggressive sells here on a change of structure. With the 5-minute candle closing what? Bearish below. We could have. Just asking it makes sense or not, ignoring bullish bias. Well, that's a big part to ignore without proper reasoning. See how DAX ended up closing here. Bullish full blast off on the open. Not the open, this is Frankfurt open. No bottom wick blast off. Is there no bottom wick on broker? There's actually a bottom wick on broker, which is interesting. Wonder if 5 closed above on broker or below. Below. First time in your stream? Welcome to the stream. One second, I'm getting an important call. 1 second. Sorry about that. Sharp, as you said, my challenge account chart and the one on TradingView are sometimes different. Why is that? Because of broker. Brokers sometimes, what is different though? If it's just a 4-hour candle, I won't worry. If it's something bigger, then it is a problem. That should not be that different. So let me know what it is. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Want it a bit bigger. Let's bring it here. So, got distracted on that 1 minute straight push. Man's pissed when he's writing that. What did you get distracted? How can you get distracted? You had time to enter to the wick. So put more detail into that. What distracted you? Potentially bounce play. Yeah, I like it. This is on GU. I like the bounce play. It's counter bias, but you're retesting 4-hour support. So, yeah, close inside, rejecting 1 hour setup 2, 30-minute setup 3, 50-minute setup 1. Yeah. With that confirmation, you can try counter bias. Oh, you were just waiting for a 1 minute pullback? I mean, I guess, yeah, it can cause a bit of hesitation, but at least you identify that. Check this out, guys. We closed rejection, huh? After all that drama, closed rejection. If we can get a 5-minute close above, I wonder if it's going to be worth taking a wick fill here without the 15-minute close. If not, this is going to be the liquidity. So let's see how this ends up forming. Breakouts have not typically been the best, so we want to be careful. Gold, we have a 5-minute candle close below here. I do have top wick on broker. Just this worth it risk to reward wise is the problem. If I go, I need to measure on broker because this one's a bit messed up. If I go re-break of low, stop loss 28 points for 20 points. Whew. I needed to break through here for it to be worth it. Wow, that's a tough decision. I'm not confident in it. The range is just too small. 30-minute has no top wick. I have top wick on my broker, but not on the 30-minute candle. So that's why I'm not confident. But the 5 has. What's DAX name in futures? Depends on what your account or futures broker you're with names it as. Some don't support DAX. Some don't support DAX. So keep that in mind. FDAX 1, that's what it's more commonly called. Yeah, FDAX, people are writing FDAX. Could you do more future trading videos? Yeah, we're trading futures in a New York session. It's all the same. It's all the same, really. I don't notice any difference. The only difference is you're just trading on futures pairs. And the pairs look exactly the same. I mean, that's it's maybe small differences here or there. Could you check this on DU? Don't we need breakout second structure? The trade was taken due to other confirmation? Yeah. It's taken from like 4-hour rejection bounce play. Normally, yes, you do, but he's taking like, okay, we're coming from a 4-hour support. We have changed. Remember, the markets got shooken up a lot by news. So a lot of these moves shouldn't actually be here like that. And then to retrace it shouldn't actually be here. Why shouldn't they be here? Because it was news that caused it. This song is annoying. We might get those sells as well, huh? Candle coming through here. 3 minutes, both for 15 and for the 5. Hello, Harry. Can I purchase from Warp using someone else's card details? Yes, you can. The only thing is you'll have to just link the email. So the email is what matters, not card. Where is everyone today? Only 300 people here. Already 10 o'clock. Everyone's sleeping or what? Those algorithms screwed me again. Still recovering. Probably waiting for NY? No, that was worse. We had 200 in that. Are you going to ignore previous 1 hour on DAX? Which one? This one here? I know, because we're not at it, right? I'm only scared when we're at things. We could use that as a break even. We'll see. Hopefully we're not at it. We have to hope. If we're at it, then we'll see. Now look what you did, bro. Should have just kept quiet, man. Literally manifested it. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. They're really, it's like you can't fake it, right? It's like they're listening. Now we have to mark it because we're very close to it. Are you scared of a lot of things? No, I'm not scared of a lot of things. Why? They might have think you switched to NY only. No, it's not possible if there's less people. If there was more people in NY, yes, but there's less people in NY. Maybe it's messed up the algorithm. Algorithm's just not pushing it, you know? Because now it's like, oh, he's doing both. I don't know. I always have this bullshit. Nothing comes easy for me. Streaming more often should actually help the algorithm. I would think so too, but let's see. It's only one. Do you sleep on a bunk bed? No, I sleep on a normal bed, brother. Asking such random question. Alright, 15-minute candle closed here. So what we want to see here is we want to see how this top wick forms. Potentially we could have wick fill because we didn't tap target. Only issue I have is 5-minute did not close below, which is definitely worrying. We're going to double check on broker here. Let me see how this looks on broker for me. Oh, 15-minute didn't even close below on broker. There's like a gap candles there. 5-minute as well. So I think I have to trust broker here in this sense and wait for a close below on broker. I know it closed below here, but it's not closing below on broker. What's up, Alexi?
I was gonna say, as far as your New York session, you know, people aren't used to that. They have like their schedule. They've been with you probably for a few months, whatever. You know, they're used to that time frame. So it's gonna take, I would imagine, more than a few days for people to actually adjust. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to them if they want to join. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, some people have prior arrangements too. You know, like it's difficult to change a schedule, kind of like that.
Of course, no, I'm not. I'm saying for London, people are not showing up. That's what I mean. That's the same schedule. That's what I was saying. Not for New York. For New York, I totally understand. You're totally correct.
Oh, for London. Oh.
Yeah. But yes, you are correct for New York. What's my bias on GJ today? Let's have a look. So previous daily is closing bullish here. Oof, that's such a mess. Previous 4 hours closing bullish at resistance. So it's actually technically bullish bias, but we're in such a messy range. This pullback can give you opportunity for buys, but it's mentioned. It's you know, it's a bit of a mess. Are you doing NY going forward? We're doing both. I stream London and NY. Just to give some, just to do it as a challenge. Short-term challenge. I'm interested in DAX if we can see what. Wonder closing below the 1 hour or to try fill to the 1 hour? That's my question I'm running in my head right now. But you don't stream here on YouTube, I mean NY? I'm doing it as a challenge, yes. I am streaming NY for some time, just to do both. Thunder is not bad, Lord Genius. But if it pushes deeper, it will ruin the Thunder. But we don't mind getting below 1 hour. 1 hour is a bit safer below it. Sorry not to mention before, but got nice GJ scalp. Nice one, man. How long do you want to stream NY session? We'll see. Just see how it goes, man. What are we doing, Gold? Gold is trying to push down here. Not really giving you an entry that makes sense risk to reward wise. You're not going to be paid much entering here for like 10 pip break even. Stop loss has to be like 24 pips. Any advice? I trade Euro USD and gold. Would it make sense to switch to German 4D at London and US 30 NYC? Only those pairs? Or to still I would say still continue your normal pairs and then maybe add something for NY. Let's see if it wants to close below the 1 hour. Would have like a 15-point stop. Ooh, closing above maybe here. Let's see. Close below, but no top wick, man. Just gap down and push down, man. Fuck's sake, no top wick. That's unlucky, man. That's really unlucky. Look at this gap. I got the close below, but what a stupid gap, man. I mean, there's no way I could have entered that. No chance. Look at this gap. No top wick gap. So that's unlucky. I was really ready to take that. Man. That was the trade. That was the trade. I mean, it's just impossible to take when you open gap like that. But that was, you see, such a nice trade as well. Like immediately 1 to 1.5. That's super frustrating, man, when that happens. Super frustrating. Especially gap. Okay, open no top wick, but don't gap down like that. Anyways, we move on to the next. Doesn't really change much. You don't lose anything, make anything. But it's just, you know, would have been nice. Hi, have you ever taken data on price to time correlations? Example being entering on the new 30-minute candle open or just the 1 hour, but your normal 5-minute entry model is just waiting for higher time frame open? Yeah, but in what context? Why is it difficult to take if you have a set limit order underneath the wick? Because your order gets slipped in that sense. Your order gets slipped. So your order would have been slipped on a, it's not a limit order. Limit order, you can't put a limit order underneath a candle. You can only put it above if you're looking for a sell limit. Buy limits you can put below a candle, but not above. So it would be a stop order. And then you get slipped. So I would have been triggered somewhere here. And then with the risk of no top wick, you get slipped and then it makes a top wick and you get stopped out. It happens so much. It happens so much. Right? Because you get triggered down here. Price will then go up to grab liquidity because that's a move down, you know. Were you going 5 stops or 15? Just the 5, man. Because it's back inside the range. We're back below 1 hour. We have so much confirmation. Like a 16-point stop it would have been. 16.6. Let's say 17 with spread. It's where you set your buy stop. Why you take a buy stop here? Be careful with a buy stop. Would you go break even a previous 15? Yeah, I would. You said buy stop, man. You wrote here. See? That's what you wrote. I can see. I'm just double checking. I think we should have trusted 15 idea. I mean, with the 15, it didn't close below on my broker. So if you had a close below on your broker, take it. There's no we. It's you and your trading, right? We does not exist. I'm not part of the equation because I follow what I see, not what you see. I can't follow what you see. So if it closed below for you, I can show you my broker, which we always use, right, as reference. And if you draw a line on that 15-minute candle close here like this, and we put a line, we can see that is above for me. So I can't take that. So I wait for the 1 hour to close below, which we got, but unlucky, you know, it pushed down. So you're more than welcome to take it. I have no objection against it. I'm looking for the exact same idea. If you run 15 idea, you don't have 1-to-1 yet. That is also very true, Mirko. It's good to point that out. I mean, let's say you ran this one here, 36, which is not above the wick. Yep, you're right. Gap is huge. Sheesh. Yeah, it sucks because it's on our entry candle, right? If it wasn't on entry candle, it makes it easier. But it's on entry candle. It's just a timing thing, right? Well, there you go, Mirko. It's rubbing it in our face. If you put your accurately with magnet, there's no close below. On broker, there's no close below. Like I said, if you had a close below, I always follow broker to make it standardized. Because one time if I follow Tradingview, the other time if I follow broker, you start to manipulate results. I've used the same broker for over 4 or 5 years now, right? 4 or 5 years, and I've always followed that. And I've generated consistency in my results. There's a reason why I can transparently trade on YouTube with 75% win rate over that amount of time. It's from consistency, right? So with the consistency, I need to keep it standardized. And in order to keep it standardized, how do I do that? I just do the same thing over and over. Right, I don't fear losses. I don't fear losses, I fear inconsistency. That is a big difference, right? Losses don't bother me, they come. This is the point of transparent trading. Losses come, wins come. We're here to trade transparent. If you want to see real trading, pull up. If you want to live in a dream, live in an alternate reality where you just get fooled by others to think that it's all about wins and you live in this fairy tale but can't reproduce the results yourself, you pull up somewhere else. You know? You pull up somewhere else. So we want consistency of results. So I have to follow broker. Otherwise, that would break my rule. I got the close on Five Guys. It's just that, you know, Five Guys. That sounds good, man. Wouldn't mind a Five Guys burger. That would be good. You know? It's just it didn't give me my frickin' entry. I literally had to have a sell stop before the candle even closed, which never works because you don't know where the candle's closing. Last second it could trigger you in. In your opinion, how important is candle closure entries? For me, it made a difference of me losing money to making money. That's the difference. When I never used to wait for candle closures, by the way, guys. I used to always enter just impulsively above or below a zone. And there'd be days where it works out. But a lot of the time I would just get cooked. And I'd wonder why. And then I changed to candle closures and stuff started working. Because you have that confirmation, you know? I think UJ breaks out today. Wow, what a zone, huh? Can you guys see that zone on 4 hour? Poof. What a zone here. This is deadly zone. Holy shit. Everyone should be able to spot that immediately, how deadly this zone is. Huh? Deadly, deadly, deadly zone. I've noticed a lot of false breakouts happen if price is trying to push within the last 10 minutes or so leading up to the new hour candle. Have you noticed anything similar? Yes, especially with 4 hour candles. A lot of that happens with 4 hour candles, but it changes during the year. That's the biggest problem I had, is that actually changes. It's not consistent. Sometimes it's, you know, the last 10 minutes, sometimes it's not, sometimes whatever. It changes a lot.
I think the thing with D4 is also like some type of bias, because a lot of 4 hours tend to close when there's volume sessions about to start.
Mm-hmm.
Like London,
Exactly.
Frankfurt, New York Stock Exchange, of course the volume's gonna pick up.
Yes. What he's also meaning is, like, he notices sometimes like 10 minutes before the hour close, a fake out will happen. What I notice on like the last 5 minutes of a 4 hour candle is really uncertain. It's like 50-50. So if you're not in profits, but if you're in a setup the last 5 minutes for the 4 hour candle and it's in drawdown, it literally, that's like, you can't really say, okay, has to make a decision now. Especially if you're in a scenario where bias is going to change with that new 4 hour candle. It's very tricky. So that's sometimes why it's worth to wait just for the new 4 hour, which we normally sometimes chat, okay, I'm waiting for the new 4 hour, right? You check the question above setup 3 on the above. One question setup 3 thunder. Do we enter a break of first candle high or the middle candle high? Whatever's the highest, yes. But if it's long enough, you can enter a wick fill. So if the wick hasn't tapped anything, you can enter the wick fill. But yeah, the highest wick. You know, we could break out. It's not, if I like that we're accumulating here, I would take that buy still. Let's double check on higher time frame if this has been a sticky zone or not for the buy. It's not a given zone. This liquidity grab didn't go anywhere. How much range do we have? But we're buying to the 4-hour resistance, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's perfect actually. That's perfect. Yeah, those are rejection wicks, but remember we are trading to the 4-hour resistance. Rejection wicks I'm not worried about because that shows me that, you know, this we're rejecting key level, 90 key level, right? If we can get to 82, 83, it's great. It's already, you know, 40 pips. Yeah, exactly what you wrote here, till we tap 390. That's a great point you make, right? That is absolutely correct. $5 months, then small fall also shows up. What do you think? Past performance? Do you think next move will be continuation, correction, or continuation? Till we break structure on higher time frame on Nasdaq, we can't say yet because daily is still very intact here, huh? Daily structure is still intact. Yeah, this is a pullback, but it's not something bad, right? It's not something bad. It is merely just a pullback at this time here. If we look at SPX, it even looks stronger SPX. Like, it's very normal to retest highs and pull back. So nothing is indicating yet that we're in a scenario where we're seeing for sure market correction, but it is getting risky. Let's see Jim's trade here. Let's see Jim's trade. What has he got? UJ trade during Asian session. Right, he's looking for a buy, mixed bias, cool, lots of previous levels. Yeah, I love this after news to retrace it. You get the setup 5 as well. Yeah, it's 6 setup, man. Very good stop loss here, very safe. So it's, you know, you're safe in this position. You can manage with, you know, changes of structure. Yeah, I won't change much. And then even if you miss this entry, let's say like this didn't close above, right? It closed below. So, and you really want it to be above previous 15. Where's your next entry? Either that one, but then it never broke the high. So you take it either impulsively as setup 3, but you would run the bigger stop to be safe during Asian, or you take that one there. So this was actually beautiful today. It gave you 3 options, all in the same area to get in. Alejandro was looking at the second setup. Yeah, all of them were valid. That's what's nice. Like, that's a good time when you, like, you know, look at what what DAX is doing to us. But this gives you so many chances to get in. That's almost a cheat code. You don't get that much. Normally you get 1 chance to get in, but this one gave you 3 chances to get in. So if your plan was to take buys here and you miss the buys, there's a serious problem. You either have a hesitation problem or over analysis problem, right? Because it gave you so many options. You just have to press the button. I was gonna take it, but the 15 put you off. Which 15 put you off? You want the exclusive, right? Send me the chart. Harry, I have hesitation over and over, an over analysis problem. What to do? Very simple. Hesitation. First, find what is causing your hesitation. I probably expect it's either one or two things. It's either monetary or it's your over analysis causing you to hesitate, which is linked to monetary because you want to over analyze to make sure you don't lose, which is again linked to monetary. Remember, losing is not a problem. It happens. You have to normalize losing, especially in a phase where you're trying to get to a better trader. The thing is, we want to limit our losses and learn from our losses. Then it never becomes a loss. It only becomes a lesson. I know it's a cheesy saying, but it's very true. Because if you're going to a focused approach and you've done everything to your best ability that day and you followed a process and that was the outcome, then you can only improve from that outcome. We are treating this like a business. I don't come to the chart and say I have to win today. I come to the chart and say I have to follow my process, that it works over a long amount of time. Even if there's rough patches, stuff like that, business is not straight up. As much as I want that to be a reality, and for a long time it is. There are going to be times where things are more difficult than others. I see a lot of people, the real traders, are only being transparent and they're saying, hey, my strategy is being tested at the moment. I've seen a lot of other traders. We went through it last month as well, and the month before, you know, been through all of that. And as a trader, you have to adapt. So really, these tiny mistakes you make, maybe that day you over analyze, you hesitated, stop loss, that's just being human, right? The point is, those decisions, you want to try limit it from losing you money, right? So like that's why break even was so powerful for me, because sometimes I used to move break even too quickly. And I used to, but at least in that case, I recognize that, and it doesn't make me lose money in the process, you know? So when you overanalyze, you just need to simplify things in your head and just be like, stop overanalyzing, run it in your head, right? I have, like right now, let's take this scenario. Right now, if I see a candle close above here and there's 5-minute structure, I'm taking the trade. Anything I do apart from that is overanalyzing, right? Remember what I said. If I at least get a 15-minute candle closure above here and there's 5-minute structure, there should be no reason for me not to take it. It is counter bias. That is my risk, but I have to accept that risk and potentially take a loss. If I lose today, that's the probability, the most likely probability causing me to lose. But check out what we've been doing today. We went up, we failed, we came down, we created a support, we came down, we created a support, we failed 3 times here. This candle would be doing what all of these candles could not do. So it's giving me a better understanding, right? Not understanding, but giving me a better probability is the correct word.
Here's how that went down for me. The breakdown is there.
Let's see. What's this? So you took this, you planned, but you misplaced target on broker.
Yeah.
And it didn't close. Once the target hit close when the 1 minute was broken, got to 1 to 0.5. I mean, at least you ended up closing profit. That's the best thing you can do in that scenario. I mean, it's a user error, not a trade error. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
The only thing I don't like about this trade is we had that rejection candle here. Long term, it can be very difficult. But, you know, it's not a crazy idea. It's just like, you know, I prefer with the change of structure, you know.
Not just that. There was also no top wick on the broker. people were saying,
Yeah.
talking about it. I didn't look before I placed the trade. That's another thing.
Exactly, yeah, that's the problem with that and stuff, you know. Yeah, Alex, we were speaking about it. This was perfect, your entry as well. If you missed this first entry or you have your markup slightly different, then this one was good. Or even the setup 3 here is another option. So this was totally fine. Hi, how was NY session? Did you didn't get a chance? How many viewers? We had 200 viewers yesterday in NY.
Harry, may I ask, that trade showed, how's the stop loss? Like, I wanted to put it way above the structure.
Good stop loss. Just
Even
the
the
problem, the
wicks.
target. Yeah, it's a good stop loss. That's where you want to be your stop loss, but you know, the problem is your target here was not even a 1-to-1. Luckily, it did push past it. Just about gave a 1-to-1 with spread and
My
everything.
target was daily, actually. It was 1-to-1.
Yeah, but
Oh,
my
wait,
point is,
still, you're right. It wasn't there. It was little less. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
even though your target daily, which is fine, the problem is you can reject from here and never get, which we did, right?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly
So-
what happened, yeah.
Hello, Harry. It's my first time here today. Welcome to the team, my friend. Any questions you have, don't feel afraid. Stupid questions, anything basic. Sometimes I might sound pretty direct person, but it's all for the right intentions. Don't take it personally. Thank you, Harry. I'm very new. I've been watching all your videos, but got my first thunderstorm today in Asian market. Amazing. Thunderstorm is a beautiful setup. Actually, the most recent video I made about was the thunderstorm. Like I said, just copy me. Just copy me on that. So if you haven't watched it, check it out. We actually put, let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments or let me know here on chat. Did you guys like the way I explained this video with the presentation and all of that palaver? Paid my editor to make the presentation and everything. I think it's pretty clean. A lot of work though. And also, one new thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add, every day we're gonna add a quiz in the YouTube chat, right? So this is to help for the YouTube people. So today's quiz, let me think about my question I wanna ask today's quiz. Okay, let me think. 4. If we have a bearish candle, the bearish candle closed below, but one wick is right. I have to remove 19. All right, put the question up. Put the question up. Check that out. Full, we have quiz today. So candle closed below, but one wick is longer from before, right? We had a longer wick from before. Do we enter the break of the bearish or the longer wick candle close? I had a word limit, so I had to put it. So option 1 is enter on the bearish candle that closed below. Option 2 is enter at the lowest low. Option number 3 is wait for a deeper candle close below. Which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be? Let's see your answers, guys. Otherwise would have fallen asleep. Yeah. Did you see the setup on DAX, bro? Did you cry yourself to sleep as well from that one? Shitty, huh? How it opened? Piece of shit. Don't wait, just enter and pray to God. Literally, yeah. I think at that point, this point, it would feel more satisfying. We can close above here though. We have about 10 minutes to the open. Right, so the one that's winning is actually option number 2. People are saying enter on the bearish candle that closed below. So that's what most people are saying. And then the second place is actually wait for a deeper close below. So let me draw the scenario, guys. Let me draw the scenario. Maybe you will change your answers if I draw it, just to help you out. So say we had a candle that did something like this. So a candle wicked and left a body like that. Okay? So the next candle has now closed below like this. Well, it's not going to look like that, but let me draw that better. So it's left a wick. Let me draw it lower. It's left a wick like this from here, and we have a wick like that. And now the next candle has, oh shit, what the hell is that? So it's left a wick like this, and now we have the next candle closing below like this. So my question is, do we enter here break of this low, which is option number 2? Or option number 1, do we enter break of this low? Or do we wait for a candle to close below all these lows, something deeper like this, so we can be away from the wicks? So that was the question. That's the quiz of today. Right? That's the quiz of today. So still, number 2 is winning. People are saying you enter on this candle break of low. So we will see. We will see. You guys will have to find out. So this is still winning. Enter at this candle here. So we will see, okay? That's the explanation. Let's have a look. Archer saying longer wick candle. Yep, we'll see, we'll see. I'm not gonna spoil anything. We'll give some people some time to think about it or enter as well. How many pips apart? Like in the example, close. Not a long wick, it's just slightly. Right? Volume huge today? Yeah, we can see that, right? Massive volume. But we're learning here. We have a quiz up. We have a quiz. We're making the most of our time while we wait for a setup. We're making the most of the time while we wait for a setup. We have about 10 minutes for the open, so let's see if the open can bring us some action. Man, the polls are starting to change, man. We have 30% people saying option number 1, 39% option number 2, 29% option number 3. So it's starting to change. UJ close with a breakout structure. Can we look for setup 1 sells? It is counter bias, right? I don't like that it's closed back above this range. Keep an eye on this range, you see? This is our previous range. So maybe a 5 closing below there because it's counter bias. If not, all of these pullbacks could be an opportunity to buy. So keep that in mind. Exactly what you wrote. 5 below the 5-minute structure. It's a good point you made. This is similar to entering setup 1. The highest wick closing above candle is too close to the highest wick. Just added confluence. Yep. I want to change my vote. I would enter when you said to. I didn't put that option, so you can't choose that. You can't choose that if it's not there. Is it 10 a.m. or p.m. at the end? At the end of what? Sorry, my friend. Harry, do you keep data on how often your pre-market bias follows through or how often you reverse bias? Yep, very rarely I go against my bias. My pre-market analysis has around 88 to 90% win rate. Long term. Sometimes it runs 100. See, the problem is that my pre-market analysis sometimes plays out during the day, but then you get like a 50 pip liquidity grab. So it's like, can we count that? Can we really count that? Okay, 6 minutes for this candle to close above. We have our 5-minute structure. We're just missing a candle close, which can happen in 6 minutes. So the reason I asked this quiz, guys, why did I ask this quiz? Very interesting quiz, because this is the exact scenario we might be faced with. You see? Because if we get a candle closing above, we could close something like this. So where are we going to be entering? Are we going to be entering here or are we going to be entering here? Right? If we close something like this. So that's why I asked this quiz. We can see the results so far of the quiz are pretty even, 36, 36, 28. So no clear answer. Depends how high. Yeah, short candle. It's a short candle. They're closer to each other. I have a word limit. I only have 100 letters I can use. So that sucks. I have 100 letters. It looks fishy, better stay away. We haven't even closed above yet, so we can't say it looks fishy yet. It is counter bias, but we have the power to be aggressive or lose little. We just have no option today. If it closes above, based on just price action, we have to give it a shot today. Regardless if it loses or not. If you're just not comfortable with trading these conditions, leave it. I do recognize I can lose, but I'm not worried this month. This month's been going very well. I'm not stressing. I can take it. You know, but if I'm worried this month, then I just sit out. You know, I'm just like, oh, okay, you know what? We're coming from the end of the month, but in this type of position, I do have a feeling that at least I would be able to at least get out at a management, you know, unless just a massive 1 minute FU candle comes. But the way the 1 minute has been forming, it's not like there's a big clean candle range. When I see this and I'm buying after seeing this, I don't like it. Then it's like, oh, we could actually start to feel that if things go south. Your bias on GC is bearish? Yes, technically it is bearish, but I am allowing myself counter trend buys. DAX, let's see what DAX is doing these days. Yeah, problem is that I'm not buying today on DAX because we've moved down and we're bearish bias. So it's a double confirmation. We haven't even tapped daily support yet. We haven't tapped a 4-hour support except this notch. For me, it's not strong enough. I would look for sells on DAX if I can find a way in. Maybe this candle closing bullish, next one closing bearish. Only 4 minutes to the open, so waiting for the open for me. Then here we need to see if gold wants to close above or not. I wonder if gold has bottom wick on broker or not. Mr. Gold. It does, it does. So that's actually quite nice. Nipple, yep. We do have. Gold is bearish bias. Yes, it is bearish bias, but I am allowing myself a counter bias buys above here with a close. Buying highs, no thanks. Rather stay out. Perfectly fine. I understand that. But my point is we've been accumulating all day. If London is going to bring volume, that's the chance. So if you don't take that opportunity, you will have to wait. You'll have higher percentage chance waiting till the end, till New York session than for taking something else during London. Right? Because it's not a breakout. This range was formed today. So what have we done? Read price action. We've pulled back. We created support, gone up, pulled back again, gone up, pulled back. Now, if it closes above, it would give us, some good thing. Hi, I managed to get back up to -5%. I full margin DAX yesterday. Today's going to be final full margin. See either B or new challenge. There we go. I think at 5% you could do... Yeah, my cheat sheet. 5%, what would be the most thing? When you could grind out 5% is not bad to grind out 5%. But if you just want to start a new challenge, then yeah, you can go and push it 3%, Then you're back to that 2% happy thing.
Harry?
Yeah, man.
You're willing to go with the continuation trade today? Because, let me just make sure I understand correctly, because it's been ranging and therefore accumulating liquidity that way?
Yeah, that is correct as well. Okay. But the second point is that this is not really like a full breakout because this is pulled back today. This happened only a couple of hours ago, 4 or 5 hours ago. We had that pullback. So you can consider this still part of the pullback. It's not like we're buying above the range and then we're looking at yesterday's resistance.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'm not trying to continue to a new high today. I'm only trying to make a new high for London. I'm not trying to make a new high for the day.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly what Gmail is saying. It's not an Asian high breakout. Exactly. Asian high breakout would be me looking to make a new high for the day. Right? That's actually the correct way to say it, right? But I don't want to overcomplicate Asian high, Asian low. A lot of our breakout trades, especially on DAX back in January, February, March, April, a lot of those trades were above Asian high or below Asian low. So Asian would make a range. We're taking above the range, below the range. Now we're making pre-London range, but Asian high is up here, right? So we're trading back to Asian high. We're not asking it to continuation.
Cool.
I've small down setup 1 and setup 4 in terms of images. Yeah, of course you can post images. Okay, so we closed below here. 1 hour time frame ended up closing doji here. Pretty boring price action for now. Let's see what DAX did in the open. DAX moving down. So we're just seeing DAX move down on the open. Very, very tamed open. Nothing crazy for now on the open. Very small, very slow open. GJ ranging by like crazy. Yeah, she just needs to, no need to care about GJ. Yeah, but remember, setup 4 has to follow bias, right? Both of these, this would be like a setup 1 plus a setup 4, because you're closing back in the range. It would just be double confirmation that, because you have the change of structure and you have that.
Every change of structure, break of structure is the same thing, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But a change of structure, yeah, it actually is, yeah.
Alright.
I mean, you could have a change of structure within a structural point, if that makes sense. Like, our break of structure today, if we're looking at this, would be down here, right? Breaking through this structure. If we close below, that's a break of structure. But inside of this, we could have a change of structure. You see what I mean? So it hasn't broken our main structural point, but it changed structure to come to our next structural point, right?
Okay. It's just,
but it means the same thing. It's just if you can use it in different context. Like, hey, price change structure here. Or, oh, price is moving down to break our structure we had.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good. GJ and GU have been my only two pairs for 2 years now. Any ideas on similar pairs they're worth looking into? I would look into DAX. If you support my stream and you hop along, you're going to see DAX a lot. For me, it's a beautiful pair. Recently, it's been doing a little bit slow price action because we're in this summer range. Whenever DAX has traded in this summer range, like gold, if you look at gold, it's absolutely rubbish price action. It is normally harder to trade, which is normal. But US 30 in New York has been great because we've had no summer range. Summer has been beautiful, and you see the difference. Remember this, today we have New York session up. I'm doing the special streams, and I'm doing the New York sessions. I stream from 10 minutes before New York Stock Exchange open, concentrating on US 30, mostly gold and DAX. Right, what are we doing? Where's my drawings? Wrong chart. Direct close back inside the range even after a push up to set up 4, but if a new break of support will be S1-2, yeah, it will just be together, right? It will just be, you'll have S1 and S4 together. Change of character in the trend, Baker, yes, but that's just more advanced terminology. You can actually use both the same, you know, because he's calling a change of structure, you know, but you could both say that that's a character is different than structure, right? But then we just overcomplicate the terms. Do you ever trade into a clean one direction 5-minute candles, or do you always want to pull back? In London, I'm wanting pullbacks because of how London has been moving. That's the adaptation I've made. So if you check out the losses I had here, right, and this is the power of transparent trading, is we can use it to learn. So I had a bit of a rough patch here. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 losses, right, overall. I had 4 losses and only 2 wins, but all of these losses are continuation trades. Okay, if you were to see these type of trades, they're continuation trades, maybe too aggressive, something random, you know, see full breakout trade. You see, just literally getting unlucky, it pulls back, then it plays out. Now, when you check the wins, how I've adapted to the wins here, I'm doing what? Trading off pullback. Well, this is actually a continuation here, so I take that back, but this is DAX a different day. Let me show you like these trades here should be pullback trades. Yeah, you see what I mean? Pulls back, continues. This trade here, we can see this was a small win. Let's see the one next to that one. Again, pulls back, continue, right? Pulls back down, continuation bullish. So we've been taking a lot more pullback trades just for London recent price action. All right, let's see in 9 minutes here if it wants to close above. What is DAX doing? DAX is still stuck at the lows here. Can we have a breakout trade today? I'm just talking about pullbacks and now I'm speaking about breakouts, huh? I do like it. If 5-minute candle close bullish, next one close below. Might have to be a shot. Aggressive management though. Why US 30 not Nasdaq? I've just been having amazing results on US 30. It's just been really easy to manage trades. Even yesterday I traded US 30, plan played out. I was able to manage aggressively, lose basically nothing when you need to. Like, it's giving you chances, you know. Sometimes it's ruthless and it will directly smash your stop loss, but it does that the opposite way around. So you don't let that mess your psychology up or something like that. Oh, I jinxed it, man. Today, I'll tell you what's ruthless. What's ruthless is DAX today. DAX is ruthless. Ruthless with its impulsive moves. Look at that ruthlessness. Just doesn't give a crap about levels. What sucks is this is open candle. I really wish we could get a non-open candle to close below here. We would have had a setup as well to trade back to here. But this is open candle. So we don't know what open candle is going to do. It can pop up, pop down. That's the open candle. Very random. And we needed a close below because it gave us double rejection. So I took sell on US30 on that move in and out super clean. When? Yesterday? Just now. Damn. Oh yeah, it did give a sell. I wouldn't trade US30 too much during London. Today it seems to be good, but long term it's a little bit tough. I'm gonna wait for this 50-minute close. If this 50-minute doesn't close back above the range, I'll probably come back for NY. We're just ranging. The trade on DAX today was this one here. Just unlucky we had a gap open. Sometimes that happens. It is unlucky, but you can't let that make you start to FOMO into different trades and start to chase the market. Let the market come to you. Don't chase the market. Chasing the market is like chasing a hot girl. You know how that ends up. You either broke or you end up in a scenario where you just don't grab her and your ego is completely pushed into the floor and you think you're worth nothing, right? So do not, or both, yes, or both. So do not chase the market. It is exactly like chasing a pretty girl. Instead, the saying is, right? And I'll leave you off with this last saying is, do not go chasing butterflies, build a garden and butterflies will come. And that's the saying. Are you speaking from experience? Yes, with your mother. But the problem was she was trying to hit on me and I was rejecting her. So I knew what happened to her. Fuck's sake, man. Brought that back, huh? It's been a while since we had one of those. That's disgusting. It's next level, man. This guy's been trolling all... Bro, it's perfect because he's been trolling. He's been asking me questions. He's been asking me, do I have, you know, something like this? So I had to bring it back. And he just gave fuel to the fire, man. He gave fuel to the fire. No wonder the algorithms messed. This is what happens when you get stuck in a ranging market, guys. We have to have fun somehow. Alright, quiz. I'm ending the quiz here. I'm ending the quiz because you guys need to know the answer. So the results are 38% voted for enter of break of lowest low. That is correct. If you have a candle that is closing like so, whoever answered wrong is wrong and now you have to learn. So take some notes. If you have a candle, okay? Right? If you have a candle that closes like this above a support and leaves a wick, and here's your support, something like this, and the next candle closes below, you go the break of the lowest. It's just extra confirmation. 3-4 pips is not worth it. If this candle was to close above here like this, it's not worth it to take a break of high. Better to go break of these highs because we will get more confirmation, because at that point on lower time frame, what we would be doing is we'd be breaking the highest high, right? So we will always want to enter breaking the highest high. We don't want to enter before that. It retests the high and rejects, and then you get that double top. We want to go breaking in the continuation. It's how we avoid drawdown. Doesn't mean your trade will be wrong, but we want to avoid drawdown. Make up your mind. Watch, it's just gonna now stay at the bottom of the range and not give it. The problem is we had the same scenario on DAX, but at least DAX was giving entry from bottom of range and top of range. We're not getting entry from top of range. I wanted to take a sell actually because we're bearish bias. I was looking for a candle to close below here, but we didn't even close below, so I didn't even mention it, not to cause any FOMO and something. And I actually wanted to experiment if someone spies were listening, so I was gonna mention it last second. I don't know, man. I have like said, sometimes it's so weird, man. Sometimes it's weird, like literally you mention something and that's it. EU just had the exact question on the quiz. Let's have a look at EU scenario. So EU is different here because EU is a long enough wick to fill it. The difference is now you're closing at this area here. So it's rejecting something. But a similar scenario for that type of equation would be this, right? You get this candle closed. They're very close to each other. Better to go break off this high. I could have put more detail in the question. That's why I explained it outside of that. The only problem is that I have a word limit, you know? I have a word limit. Let's see what DAX is doing. Ouch, man. That's just painful, DAX. That's really painful, DAX. Really. Like, you have to do that today? Like, are you serious? What a 1 minute strat below the daily support. But we don't even have the 5. So 5 closes, trolls you above daily support. Man, breaking my heart, bro. Breaking my heart. You know what? I'm telling you now, DAX. New York session today, I am cheating on you with US 30. And she's gonna make me happy, but you're gonna make me sad. Watch. Took it on pre-London unfunded. Nice. What did you take? You took the setup 1 down here or something? You had to hold all that pullback? USD JPY, maybe setting up USD JPY, it's trying. 53 seconds to try close above. Will we get a USD JPY breakout? 20 pips is quite a lot for USD JPY, huh? Let's see, 25 seconds, USD JPY close above or not. Hopefully it does. We can make a decision, bottom wick, something like that. Always can manage, move, break even. Spreads are nice on USD JPY, which helps. But we're rejecting. So nothing now. Nothing now, we're rejecting. Yeah, target's been tapped, huh? Four-hour support tapped at the moment. There's only one position now, but it's one of those really high risk ones, which is going flip of this candle. And if it reflips bullish, you have to immediately close. You literally expect it to flip bearish. I'm not taking it. I don't want to lose little bit amounts of money. I want to see it play out. The only reason I'm not taking it because 4 hours support is tapped. If 4 hours support wasn't tapped, I'd take it. So that would be you in. You take it on the flip. Now you move break even immediately. Right? So now your break even, stop loss above previous 5. And then you're trying to get 1-to-1, which would be here. So let's see. I just want to see how those, you know, so it gives you a chance. You're sitting break even, boom, tap break even. So pretty boring, but that sometimes you can give those a shot just to try get in, see if today's gonna dump, and then you get that volume. Even if it plays out later, you can't take that risk. I think we should stop London session 1 week and see if the SPY is still here. Watch it giving perfect setups all week. Man, it's sometimes you suspect, but we know it's not the case. Realistically today, this was the one, man. What a setup. It was just literally a micro thing that made me not be able to enter. So sometimes it comes down to the wire, huh? Sometimes it comes down to the wire. Sell below 15, yeah, would be an option here. We'll see how that ends up forming. For US, for New York session, what time do you normally trade? Get a trade on US 30? At the open, normally I'm trading at the open. At the open, I'm normally trading. So yeah, anyways, we're going to pick it up from New York session. I'll see you guys in New York session. Pull up to the stream. 5:15 Dubai time. I'll catch you guys there. If gold closes below here in 11 minutes, consider it. If it's too deep, leave it. We need 5-minute structure, right? Same as the buy I was looking for. 5-minute structure, close above. Same here. I want 5-minute structure and close below. Right? You look at it as a buy opportunity. Looks great. Perfect trade here. I like it. But I need to see 5-minute structure. Okay? So wait for that. I'm only ending stream early to manage my schedule with double streaming. So it's kind of like we miss out the last 15 minutes, but it's the only way I can fit everything in together. So wait for 5-minute structure. Gold will be valid. Keep that in mind. If it does happen with 5-minute structure, I will take it myself as well. I think it could work pretty nicely. If not, then I'll leave it. So that is the plan. Execute on the plan. Take care. Trade sharp. And hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right. Much love and peace.